in 3D printing. Because if you look at day-to-day work in the lab, okay, so part of it is electronics and so on, and this is usually hand out, but usually you just need kind of pieces of lab equipment that are kind of, you need a machinist to make it for you. So yeah, so either robots will do this, but it's also very possible that you will have simply like sophisticated enough 3D printing machines. I mean, 3D printing is already coming online. We 3D print a lot of kind of prototypes, but also serious pieces. But it's still kind of, the technology is still very primitive. It doesn't have much resolution. It's all plastic. But it's moving towards kind of, you just design a piece on a computer, press thing, and you get the metal piece out. So that's the way forward. But sorry, one more thing which I forgot to say before. In addition to the administrators, you also want to have sufficient number of like just pure engineers, right? People who can do electronics, who can do mechanical engineering, who can like help scientists realize whatever apparatus they want to do, right? So I have a kind of, for example, a rough idea of what I want to build, and then some mechanical engineer usually tells me, maybe you should do this way. This will be light, it will be cheaper, easier to make, whatever. I should do this. And for example, in Brookhaven Lab where I work, the distribution is like 1/3 each. There's 1/3 scientists, 1/3 kind of technical staff, which means engineers, technicians, people like that, and then 1/3, administrators, cleaners, people working cafeteria, and so on. So, and I think this is roughly the correct ratio.
Oh, okay. Okay, 1/3.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. And then about living. So actually, we heard from scientists that they want a place that by walking distance, and everything is really together, and no need to, right? So
yeah. That's very true. It's also, okay, so it depends again. So scientists in different living styles at different stages, right? So when you're kind of PhD student, or maybe a postdoc, then you probably want to have more, something you have access to some sort of more lively things. And then when you get older, you have family, you need slightly different living conditions. And basically, if you make a big integrated things, you should make sure it's kind of you have a mix of everything, right? As I said, for majority of science, but that's actually doable, right? You can imagine like one quarter that has like more family style living, and then one thing which is kind of more, party like for students, right? It's fine. You can do it within the same thing. But then I also want to say that what they've told you is right. Majority of scientists want to have a walking distance from a thing, but you always have like a bunch of people that will simply want to live separately from what they work, right? So then these people will probably just drive and park there, but that's fine, or use public transport. I mean, that's a mixture. But having at least some living quarters is important.
Okay, so basically, everybody has different needs. Someone needs to work clothes, and someone needs separate.
Exactly. So basically, when you design these things, you should kind of realize that people are different, and just have something for everyone, right?
Yeah, understand. So, I mean, in terms of the space, do you also think that maybe the grain idea is attractive to you? I mean, the grain.
Green, yeah. But that's part of like nice architecture design, right? So you have these offices, you have mingling space, you have cafeterias, and then you have like parks in between, and so these are green areas. So partly also for like things like jogging and running in the morning, and then have like stuff like that, but also simply again for mingling. If you can go and sit with a colleague in a park, then good ideas will come out. So I agree with that.
Understand. And public transportation for sure. And how about the entertainment, the commercial facilities? Do you expect that maybe, let's talk about in the science cities, it's really a city, and then we will have different districts. Maybe one district is the core areas for science research, and every universities, research institutes, everything is big in science infrastructure facilities located there. And there will be also a center of commercial centers where the shopping mall and all the hospitals, schools exist. So do you think that's reasonable, or you expect that maybe?
As I said